Hi, I'm David, and I'm back with Magic ManaStrike. Today, I'm playing more constructed games on the ladder with this Koth deck. As you can see, it is more defensive than I have previously played with. This is the second video using this deck, so let's get right into some games for today. Let me know how you're doing, how you're enjoying the Vivien season, if you are playing the Vivien Planeswalker still, playing Koth still, if you bought Teferi and are liking him, or whatever other Planeswalker or deck you're playing right now. My first opponent today is Dovin. Dovin is blue-white. We can probably expect Sphinx, probably Ninja as well. I think that this deck is going to do a little better against Ninja because I have the Vent Sentinel. See, the Vent Sentinel attacks the closest ground and air creatures, so it's pretty handy. I don't know that Shivan Dragon will survive this Lightning Tower. I don't really have anything else to play. Alright, so Vent Sentinel should be okay for the Wave Crash Triton. And, wow, Honor the Pure is a choice that I've not seen, but here Hadron Scouts should probably get... oh, no, that's not great. The Vent Sentinel died from the Wave Crash Triton, and so the thing that I was afraid of, that Ninja would march towards my subguardian, actually happened. So my opponent isn't really playing a Planeswalker here throughout the entire game, so I am prepared to start playing out my Koth, or Koths. Don't really know what the plural of Koth is. Yeah, I'll use it on a Sphinx, I guess. Ratchet Bomb, but the Ratchet Bomb was not strong. I don't really have much to do here, so I guess I'll Starve Extinction. I think, pretty luckily, it hits the Subguardian. I do want to take out Dovin. Actually, I'll take out that Lightning Tower too, because Lightning Tower is single target damage, so the Hadron Scouts are a good option. Make sure to use Cost Ability before he dies, and I'll add another unit to this fight here. But this is some pretty good tower damage, especially given that my opponent has very, very little tower damage. I would love to Starve Extinction that group, but alas, it is not to be. Let's Starve Extinction them here, though. So unfortunately, Starve Extinction isn't quite killing this rank 8 Dovin. I forget what level my Starve Extinction is at, probably 5, but it is definitely important to note. Let's play Vent Sentinel here so that the Ninja unshrouds. That way Koth can kill him. And Wave Crash Triton cannot attack air units, so I was hoping that the addition of the dragon there would be useful. And I'll shock the Wave Crash Triton just so that it dies. Interesting choice to send Ninja into the bottom lane. I'll defend with Vent Sentinel again, but I am trading a 4-mana Vent Sentinel for a 3-mana Ninja. So my opponent really has not used many Dovin Planeswalkers. Yeah, okay, I can see why. They think that they're going to win with whatever damage they already have and other direct damage spells. So make sure to use Cost Ability. I am trying to put as much as I can for tower damage right now, and then eventually end the game with Starve Extinction. Yeah, so if I can get up to one more star, I can probably take this game, or maybe if Koth makes it to the Subguardian. So I guess I'm just trying to cycle my cheapest cards, which here are Hadron Scouts and Vent Sentinel, rather than play, no, not Vent Sentinel, Fire Shrine Keeper. Rather than play Vent Sentinel or even Shock, which are 4 and 3 respectively, I played out the 1 and 2 cost cards so that I got back to Starve Extinction fast enough, and then I used that for the last, I was going to say bit, but it was quite a lot of tower damage, like more than a Ratchet Bomb could do. So Starve Extinction is a nice board control tool because of its push, which we saw on Dovin both times I played it against Dovin. It pushed him farther back. As well as the, let's actually check, I think it's 540 tower damage. Yeah, so a level 5 Star of Extinction does 540 subguardian damage. So I would like to get the Star of Extinction up to level 6, I suppose. Hopefully a level 6 Star of Extinction would actually kill a rank or a level 8 Dovin. But you have to like request cards from your team and check the daily shop every day if you really want to upgrade your cards faster than just boosters allow. This is, I believe, an alt skin Nissa, but to be fair, it could be an alt skin Vivien. I just don't know if they've released an alt skin for Vivien yet, and they probably haven't, so I'm suspecting it's Nissa. Either way, it's a pure green deck, and apparently Vengevine is going to be their primary, I would assume primary, force of attack. So I think Hadron Scouts are the best option against this Haunted Guardian because he attacks single targets, and hopefully I can take out this Sylvan Ranger. I did, and actually Shivan Dragon took out the Clockwork Beetles, so I have a lot of tower damage for so early in the game. My opponent hasn't played a Planeswalker until now, so I am one Planeswalker behind. I'm actually not going to bother Star of Extinctioning or Starring of Extinction? Don't know. Let's just say I'm not going to cast Star of Extinction on the Subguardian just yet, because I know that I will eventually be able to do it, even if it's in sudden death, or if I just need to take a Subguardian to tie, which would not be good. I think that my main goal at the moment should be defending the Subguardian, or both Subguardians. I am going to take this aggressive push because my opponent isn't playing terribly much to defend. They did handle it pretty well. Let's just play Star on this group. Boom. I am strapped for mana here, so I guess I'll play a Koth to defend against this group. Because like I said, I really don't want to do something stupid like give up a Subguardian. I am in such a strong defensive position here that I can probably just defend for the rest of the game. I mean, it's 40 seconds. I want to save as much mana and card resources as possible, but at the same time, I don't want to waste anything. So I feel like my opponent is trying to set up a push, like with a Baloth or something, or maybe Overrun, because I haven't seen that yet, but really nothing much is happening. They keep playing this Hornet's Nest with next to no effect. The Sylvan Ranger is probably the most difficult thing I'm facing right now. But to reiterate, I'm just keeping pace with my opponent, and here is Star for the win, because we're in sudden death. So rather than Star the tower in the middle of the game, it's best for me to use that 5 mana as a defensive tool. Not lose a Subguardian, and then once sudden death hits, just send it into the tower, because I know that I win the game as soon as it hits the tower. So then I just save up the 5 mana and hit the tower and end the game. Whereas in the middle of the game, the point is that it doesn't finish the game if I take the tower with like a minute left. So then I've spent 5 mana, and I could possibly find myself at a mana disadvantage to my opponent. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like on the video, and if you are not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I try to post videos every other day. Alright, this opponent is a Will Rowan. They are pretty strong because the Will side freezes my units, and the Rowan side is just AoE damage, so she's pretty powerful too. Okay, so they're playing Shivan Dragon because they're red. But since they're red and blue, I can probably also expect a ninja. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to Vent Sentinel here. And I think there's a chance that I can defeat this Planeswalker, this Rowan Planeswalker, with just what I have on the board. Wow. So I did. I'm ready to star... Not a Haunted Guardian. Alright, I'll star the Planeswalker. So it looks like most Planeswalkers have the same amount of health. I did have to spend 8 mana to star and shock the Will Rowan, but I think that's totally worth it because now I am 2 Planeswalkers up because I didn't have to spend any Planeswalkers to defeat them. So let's wait for them to commit a little bit more. Okay, actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to use Koth in this instance to defend, use his ability, because the Ethersquall Ancient is going to make things very tough. And he used the Hysterical Blindness, actually, to stop my units from damaging his units. So this repeated tower pushes with the Ethersquall, Shivan Dragon, Hysterical Blindness combo could be really devastating. But since I'm playing the Vent Sentinel and my own Shivan Dragon, I'm not really... The combo isn't really hitting my Subguardian for damage. Let's shock this. Let's actually star this group. Oh, I might have messed up. Wow, I thought that because I had the unit on the battlefield. Oh gosh. All right, I get it now. So a card that I had not seen the entire game was the Retraction Helix. And so the combo of this deck is that it Retraction Helixes the combo that I said was going to be super devastating on a Subguardian. So I guess let's... Oh my gosh. So I shock the dragon so that it's going to die. But I don't really know. Hopefully that was what it takes for them to win. I mean, if I can... if I can defend against this push that's happening right now, my point is, if they don't Hysterical Blindness or Retraction Helix again, I might actually be able to not lose. But no, my opponent is continually playing these Ethersqualls and really making it tough for me to commit enough to the upper lane to actually take a tower. Alright, I think my option here is Shivan Dragon. Hadron Scouts for good measure, but if I can get Shivan Dragon to the Subguardian using Shock to stun the things he's going to play to defend against it. So Shock his own Shivan Dragon and then star the tower itself. Maybe I can pull off a win. Alright, oof. My opponent is trying as well to Ratchet Bomb the tower. I wonder... Shock didn't do quite enough. So maybe if I had starred the tower twice during sudden death, I could have avoided a draw. But also I was super close to losing my own Subguardian. Whew. So like I said, the Ethersquall Shivan Dragon combo is deadly once it reaches a tower. Once it reaches a Subguardian. I mean, a tower too, but specifically the goal is to eliminate a Subguardian with the combo. So the combo is utterly deadly, and I did not realize that they would be playing Retraction Helix. So if you don't commit enough to a lane, they just let it go. And if you commit too much to the one lane, they just Retraction Helix it to the other lane. And then, just like I was pretty much out of resources and mana. I did happen to have a Koth and I think Vent Sentinel, and I think eventually I got a Phoenix down on the battlefield. but I think that shows that I would maybe have lost the upper subguardian with the amount of resources that I'd committed to the defense in the first place. So, very creative deck. Oh, okay, I guess we didn't find a match. It was just a very creative deck idea, only enabled by Will Rowan because of the color combo, and not something I've ever really seen before. Okay, a Sorin opponent. Sorin is white and black mana, so we can probably expect Blinding Mage, Circle of Pain, possibly Skull Catapult, depending on what... Okay, so there's the Blinding Mage. I hope I placed the Hadron Scouts act. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're just doing this. Luckily, I have the Shock, which stuns all these units. But yeah, so he played a Grave Titan. I didn't make it clear enough before. So my opponent played Sorin right away. Oh my gosh, he's gonna Reaver Demon. Like, that's a Reaver Demon play. My opponent played Sorin right away, Blinding Mage right away as well, with the intent to play a Grave Titan. And Grave Titan deals damage back to the nearest subguardian of his, but is also just infamously hard, for me at least, to kill. It has a lot of health, and it does AoE attack. So Sorin's going to get the kill on my Koth here, because Koth isn't going to attack him back. There's the Circle of Pain that I was talking about. Let's see if the Hadron Scouts... Okay, so the Hadron Scouts defeat Sorin, and my opponent is also running Spectral Procession. So it's really a hit-em-hard type deck. I'm trying to keep Vent Sentinel in my... Shock should kill this Blinding Mage. Yep. So that Blinding Mage is 3, Shock is 3. We're on even footing in terms of mana there, but... no, but. I mean, I answered it mana for mana, so... I don't really want to star that group. I made a mistake. My opponent pressured me with the Crows, which is an amazing card. Like, from his perspective, the fact that I was pressured by the Crows is really good for him. I think Star can hit both the Blinding Mage and the Tower, so that's good. I don't really know. I want to get out the Shivan Dragon right by the Subguardian, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm saving Shock now. Fire Shrine Keeper is the answer to Spectral. It's the best answer I have to Spectral Possession. Whoops. So I have another Koth Planeswalker, but I believe that my opponent has another Sorin in his back pocket as well. So, yeah, since I played Shock on Sorin, my opponent knows that he can play a Blinding Mage for free-ish. Not free, but I have no response to it. Alright, there's Shock, so let's kill the Blinding Mage, but I'm going to have a problem when Blinding Mage comes back. So yeah, my opponent has already cycled back to Blinding Mage. I think I get to star the Tower. Okay, so not knowing how much damage exactly Shock is going to deal is annoying. But I think the goal is to cycle back to Star of Extinction. I have to give that up. I mean, 200 damage is... Oh my gosh! That's my bad. I should have just played the Shock when I had it, or I know I had the Star in the dock, I just hadn't launched it yet. I thought that we were counting down to the end of the game. I didn't realize we were already in sudden death. I guess I've completed another daily quest. Oh no, I just had things to receive. So you move up those ranks there, the Magic Pass ranks, by sparks, and you get 1 spark per tower killed. And I didn't kill any that game, so... yeah, I probably should have just taken the chance at winning, but like I said, I wasn't aware that we were in sudden death, so... Alright, this is a Dovin opponent. White and blue, so probably Blinding Mage again, possibly Spectral Procession again. We'll just have to see what my opponent's playing. Alright, I don't really like sitting at 10 mana and doing nothing, so I played out the Shivan Dragon. My opponent sat at 10 mana for multiple seconds there, not doing anything. So I don't really know what's going on. I'm ready to play the Vent Sentinel. Actually, let's play the Vent Sentinel pretty close so that the Ninja deshrouds, and then the Shivan Dragon should take quick care of the Ninja, which it did. Alright, here we go. Oh man. So my opponent is playing Retraction Helix. They had it back in their cycle already, which is very quick. I guess I'm playing Star on Dovin and the Subguardian, but now I have nothing to answer the Ninja. So Ninja dealt a lot of damage to my Subguardian because I wasn't prepared. My opponent probably has Retraction Helix ready again. There's no point in playing it on this Dovin, but I am very much at a mana disadvantage here. So I'm not playing anything. And I'm at a tower damage disadvantage as well. You can see that I have about 1,000 more damage on my Subguardian than my opponent does on theirs. I think the answer might honestly be here to just do the direct damage spells as soon as they are available. That was bizarre, to be honest. Hopefully this hits the Wave Crash Triton, which it did. And yes, I think that my goal overall is to use the direct damage spells and hit my opponent's Subguardian. Holy crap. As fast as possible, or as much as possible. It's just an interesting choice when they play their Retraction Helix. I also have to be careful not to waste all my mana. Alright, I'll play Koth here. He does get pushed back by the Wave Crash Triton, which stinks. Oh wow, Corn Tangler pulled him into the territory. I guess that was pretty relevant. And if I have both, I'd rather just star the tower over and over and over. Alright, it has to be Vent Sentinel here to avoid the Ninja. And Ashcloud Phoenix, because Wave Crash Triton isn't ranged, I try to use an air unit to answer the... Oh, Lord. No. Oh, that's really bad. I mean, I shocked the group, and that actually gave them an advantage. The Retraction Helix range is a lot longer than I remember it being. And I don't actually believe that I can shock the Subguardian enough. Okay, so I saw that Retraction Helix coming. I mean, I guess I'm shocking the tower again. I would expect a Retraction Helix here, but I guess I wait until my opponent can't anymore. But yeah, 1,400 tower damage, I don't know if that's possible, like feasible for me. Alright, I mean, I guess I'm going to try. Oh, does it end in a draw? Okay. So I got very, very little creature damage on the tower for that entire game, and this deck is not a deck that can just spell down a whole Subguardian. I think that game is perfect evidence of that. I tried my hardest to just shock and star the tower over and over and over, but there's just not enough damage in those two spells to do the whole thing. So, I mean, I'm happy with the draw. Dovin could easily have killed me if I hadn't answered the Retraction Helixes enough. So, my next opponent is a Jace Planeswalker. Not much to say about Jace. He's pure blue, so everything that not everything, but some of the worries about Dovin are worries with Jace. Like Ninja, yeah. I believe Sphinx of the final word is blue. I'm pretty happy playing Star there. I mean, you see I'm almost back up to 10 mana. So it wasn't really a loss of anything. Shivan Dragon should take this out. Okay, so I believe that Jace can do ranged attacks. So I'm playing out an AoE unit to deal with his images, and the Phoenix was hopefully going to deal with the Wave Crash Triton, but that didn't quite happen. Wow, actually Jace is still alive, which is frustrating. You can see that Jace is at least ranged. Event Sentinel is my actual better answer to Ninja of the Deep Hours, because it avoids the tower damage. Alright, so my opponent is running Ratchet Bomb as well. Interesting that they play a Jace. Again, I'll just star the group. So Star didn't quite kill Jace. Maybe all Planeswalkers have the same... If you know the answer, possibly it's that all Planeswalkers have the same health at whatever given level, in which case I do need to upgrade Star, and even then, once I get back up to rank 9, one more level upgraded Star probably won't be enough. So if you're playing a standard event, because everything is kept out at 6, possibly probably actually a level 6 Star of Extinction is enough Planeswalker damage to kill a level 6 Planeswalker. But here's another game where I am so on the defense. It's not just the defense, but it's that I haven't turned any of the defensive groups into an effective push on the Subguardian. And I felt this in the last video. It's just very hard to actually get a lot of tower, not even a lot, enough tower damage to close out a game with this deck. You can see that right now I'm actually losing a Subguardian. Alright, so the only chance that I think I have here is sending in as many units as possible. I don't think that Shock stops at tower. So as many units as possible, starring this tower with them, and hopefully they can close out this game for me. Oops, I forgot to use Koth's ability. That could actually cost me the game because his ability makes him stronger. If he had been using his ability for more of that time, maybe, but 2,000 damage left, I don't think the ability was going to change the outcome of that game. So if this draw or lose 1-0 trend continues, I probably have to find some more tower damage. And since pushes aren't working, so if pushes were working, I would use the Goblin Artillery. But I don't think that I can defend the Goblin Artillery right now, so Hellrider would be my choice. Okay, so not great starter options, but actually Star is a pretty good starter option when my opponent plays a unit. It's just that often they don't. You can see that I'm at 8 mana again. Ooh, actually Shock will probably kill the Enclave Elite. It does. So overall, I'm pretty happy that I was able to answer both of those plays with the spell. Where did Vent Sentinel go? Oh, I didn't have enough mana for it. Alright, that's fine. Shivan Dragon might have been a mistake because it's not attacking the Planeswalker, and this Rowan Planeswalker is just going to slaughter the Shivan Dragon in the air. Yeah, I mean, you are watching it happen live. I traded way too much there. Alright, Koth can actually be very beneficial in this, like, right now. Whoops, I gotta use his ability so that he doesn't die. Because my opponent played so many units there, Koth does AoE. He was very valuable to the defense. But both of us have played one Planeswalker. or I mean, both of us have played 2 planeswalkers and have 1 planeswalker left. This is yet another game where I just don't see how I'm going to do enough tower damage. Let's play out a Shivan Dragon, Hadron Scouts to deal directly with that threat, and then I just want to keep these units away from my Subguardian. A Shock should be pretty good here. Oh, if only the Shivan Dragon were attacking them. So that was probably a misplay on my part. The fact that I played Shock without Shivan Dragon ready to attack. But look at this. So now I have a second Shivan Dragon, and this is probably where I win the game. Oh, no! So Sphinx wasn't played the whole game, and then they did play it there. And my dragons kill each other. So Star should be pretty good here on this group. Shock to finish them off. Oh, Lord. No. So it's game over. I don't have enough Subguardian damage. I mean, I guess I can push for the bottom one here. I mean, once again, it's just throwing literally everything I have at it. Sphinx, though, probably wins my opponent the game. Actually, I should have saved up for Star so that I could star the Planeswalker as well. I mean, there it is. I don't know if it'll even land in time. Well, it does, but we know that Star alone isn't enough to kill a Planeswalker, so I lose that game 1-0 again. Alright. I feel like the card that has the least impact is the Hadron Scouts. But you really need the Hadron Scouts for Cycle to get back to the other cards you want. And in addition, they can take out like Blinding Mages, or you can play them against Veloz. Like, they're very versatile. They're just low impact. And the problem is that Fireshrine Keeper is my next option, but same reasons. Like, it's a card that I love to just play out on the battlefield. When I need some AoE damage. And it costs 2, so the cycle logic still applies. Also, if I take out either the 1, the 2, or the 3 cost card, my average mana will go up, which again is all about the cycle of the deck. You can't... if you're putting in 4 or 5 mana to every single card, you can only have 2 cards on the field at a time, or you can only play 2 cards in response. So that's not great. I'm actually wondering about the Phoenix. The egg is nice, but I don't think it revives often enough to be reliable. But I really rely on the Phoenix sometimes to be an air unit. Either it evades ground unit attacks, like specifically the Haunted Guardian, or it's one of the few units I have that can actually damage other air units, like Ether Squalls and other flying things like Reaver Demon, and I guess Sphinx. But once Sphinx is on the battlefield, like it's the Sphinx effect that hurts, not the Sphinx itself. So I think that I'm gonna exchange the Phoenix. We can see that the Phoenix does 176 attack with 1,000 health, whereas this does more attack for a 1 with even more health, 1,888. The problem is that it only attacks buildings, and it is not flying. So yeah, I mean, I'm questioning this decision, but I think it's pretty clear that I'm not winning games. So I need to do something about that. And the Ashcloud Phoenix doesn't win games. I mean, if it's in the opponent's side, then when it eggs, the egg just dies. So, yeah, let's make sure to play stuff that hurts this Nissa's subguardian, I guess. Oh, that is a Vent Sentinel, not a Hellrider, so I don't really know how I'm starting this game. Wow, a Beloth. I guess I will star the tower and the Beloth, but I can hold off for a while and see if my opponent chooses to commit anything else. Didn't really. I guess I'm going to shock this Sylvan Archer. Oh man, already has another Beloth, so... And they're backing up their other Beloth with Nissa, so I guess I'm playing the Planeswalker on the upper Beloth, but oh boy, I thought the Vent Sentinel would do more damage to the lower group, but I guess I have to shock them to prevent the damage. And I'm playing a second Koth here, so I'm way behind. Remember that this deck is supposed to be good at defense, but it's really falling apart here, and Koth is dead. So, luckily Hadron Scouts can answer this guy, but I mean, I have no mana, and my Subguardian's almost dead. So, I'm enormously behind in Planeswalkers, mana, and tower damage. Let's try to shock whatever he responds to this with. Oh, it's a Hornet's Nest. This might be the deck that I played earlier and beat, so I suppose that my opponent is playing better. And maybe the first opponent just net decked and didn't know what they were doing. This Beloth probably becomes a main Guardian push if I just let it go. But I do have to let it go for now. My opponent hasn't really played anything that necessitates more Koth, so maybe they're just taking it easy. Make sure to use Koth's ability before he dies. I don't think that Star is going to be enough here. Well, it does kill the Sylvan Archer, but the Ranger, I don't know what it's actually called. But you can see more of these units headed into the upper lane, so I mean, I have no choice, but I have to defend this, because if I don't, I lose the game. And now I can't defend the Haunted Guardian. So, yeah, I mean, it was over a long time ago, but it's definitely over now. I had to choose between defending my main Guardian versus Sub-Guardian. I guess it's cheap, right? I mean, the Beloth is expensive, but the Hornet's Nest is 3, Sylvan's 3, Spider's 3, Hadron Scouts is 1. What else was played? Overrun wasn't played. Was Giant Growth? I don't think Giant Growth was played. Sylvan Hornets, Haunted Guardian, Hadron Scouts. Spider. Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember what their 7th card was. Unless they had one that we didn't see. Like Giant Growth or Overrun or something, but Birds would have been smart there, because it's a cycle card. Birds of Paradise. Okay, sorry, I was so preoccupied with that game that I did not actually pay attention to my opponent. I feel like it's a Dovin opponent. They smartly played their Hadron Scouts after the jump. And here's a Haunted Guardian added to the group that's already headed in here. So, wow, another rapid cycle deck, I suppose. They played Icefall Dragon in addition to Hadron Scouts twice already, and Haunted Guardian. Okay, so it is Dovin. No, I think I made a mistake, and I chose the Star of Extinction location poorly. So I decided that I could afford a Planeswalker. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Core Entangler was such a bad choice for my opponent. I decided that I could play Koth because my opponent played Dovin. But I played Koth way on defense. And since Dovin is a ranged Planeswalker, he was able to kill Koth without Koth really killing him. So that was a weird Core Entangler choice. And actually, I feel like I can take out this Dovin without Koth himself. I guess I have to shock the Spectral Procession. It didn't quite work out. So I was actually able to take out Dovin there without using my own Koth. Shoot. I made the... Okay. So I thought that I had misplayed Vent Sentinel, but actually, because I placed it within range of the Blinding Mage, he was able to damage it. So I'm thinking that I was thinking that Fire Shrine Keeper could damage the Blinding Mage, which he did. Shock should allow Shiva and Dragon to take these guys out. So Star of Extinction should get both of those, the Subguardian and the Blinding Mage. All right. So I'm way behind. Not behind. I am ahead on Planeswalkers. So I need to take that advantage and make the most of it here. Oof, my opponent knows. Spectral Procession there I didn't have an answer for, and now I'm behind on tower damage. So I can definitely Hadron Scouts this Blinding Mage. Let's play Vent Sentinel to distract. Okay, I have to be playing more Koths. Ooh, I played Shock too early. Hopefully Hadron Scouts will take out the... Oh, I can't think of the card names this fast. Haunted Guardian. My opponent is really just playing out Core Entanglers to... Alright, I'm shocking the Blinding Mage. Just playing Core Entanglers for their damage. With a Hellrider here, I should jump to the tower. Oh, it died. Wow. So it died before the jump landed on the Subguardian, so that's bad. Shock the Blinding Mage. I think we're already in sudden death, so this might just be a tie. I really do have to be better about whether I'm in ManaStrike or sudden death for this countdown. Just another game where I couldn't do enough tower damage, but I had a lot more that game than I typically have. So I think the Hellrider is an encouraging move. Also, in at least the last two games, I haven't needed the Phoenix. So let's see how Kiora goes. Kiora is quite a defensive planeswalker because she starts off on a Kraken. Alright, I tried to play Star as late and as into the back of the battlefield as possible. Alright, so I wonder if Shock... No, Shock did so little damage to the giant spider there. Alright, I will play the Hellrider because I do want to play it as many times as possible. I will play the Vent Sentinel eventually, and then Hadron Scouts to... hopefully the combination of those will take out Spider and Ninja. They did. Vent Sentinel didn't survive, but that's okay. I have more damage on the lower Subguardian, but I do want to wait until that Lightning Tower's gone. if I let Giant Spider attack the Shimon Dragon, that's really bad of me. I think I did. So I should have played Fire Shrine Keeper first. Vent Center, or they probably have Lightning Tower back. They do. So I need to be prepared with a combination of Hellrider plus Star of Extinction. Okay, Overrun. Didn't do too much because Koth was the only guy out there, but this feels more and more like a bot. I haven't seen the Planeswalker yet, so yeah, I'm pretty unsure what's going on. Maybe I build up here to the Hellrider Star of Extinction combo. If this were at any other time in the game, I would, dang it. I would have played out Koth. But since it's ManaStrike, I assumed that maybe, my opponent was about to use one of their Planeswalkers. Look right there, Kiora was played. I have a bunch of Koth left, so I will continue to play Koth. And this way, hopefully, I can play Hellrider more into my opponent's territory. And also Hagen Scouts. So yes, Hellrider has now locked onto the Subguardian rather than Lightning Tower, so I do get in the damage. Okay, oh my gosh. I dealt enough damage there to take out the Subguardian. I don't really know how. Did I play out a Fire Shrine Keeper? Fire Shrine Keepers have a lot of health for their mana cost, but who was still alive? Maybe Koth was still alive and damaging the Subguardian there, but I just saw the health tick down after I thought all my units were gone. But my plan was to play 2 Star of Extinction. It's taking a long time to end the game. It's just loading, so maybe it is my internet connection acting up again. Alright, well, I think I might as well end the video here. It's been a long one, so don't really know what's going on in the game, but if you are... Oh, okay, the battle ended. Huh, definitely weird, but let's open this booster and then... just to avoid any connection, like losses due to connection, I think I'll stop here. Maybe people are all getting on the internet right now and they've slowed mine down. So if you are still here, thank you. If you haven't already, leave a comment, leave a like. I answer all the comments and I appreciate every single person who likes the video. Actually, I appreciate you, whether or not you like the video. Thanks for sticking around, and look out for my next video in 2 days. Thanks.